Hey everybody, this is Quillen Black. Just wanted to update you guys on how I draw my support and resistance levels. This is right here. Well, you call this video support and resistance HD, a follow-up from the previous video, you could say. It's still like the way how I do it is still precise, but this right here is even more accurate, and more like in depth compared to the other one. Okay, so how I start this pretty much is this is my chart layout. Everybody should have everything set up already as far as like your um, EMA, your SMA, your ADX, which is done over phase three, and this is the chart setup overall. Mainly the main chart I do stay on is the hour chart, 4-1, and but when it comes to my markups, I always start off on the daily chart. Okay, daily chart first. Okay, and for one, okay, so on the daily, it's gonna be red. And these are the horizontal line colors also to kind of help you guys. H4 is gonna be green. H1 is gonna be orange, and randoms are, let's say, blue. Okay, I'll keep this right here just in case. Too high. I'll try to keep it like more of like where the price action is currently also, just to make things easier. Those are the colors though. Keep that in mind. Okay. So the first thing I start off with is going on the line chart first, just so I can actually see like where the market is rejected a lot of the times compared to me being on the candlestick chart first. I'm on the line chart. I try to stay on the line chart only until like around the daily chart, the H4 chart, the H1 chart. I go back on the candlesticks, and then that's where I kind of just pinpoint certain things. Like I don't really see that much things on the H1 chart that I haven't already got from the H4 or the daily chart. Okay, so basically the H1 chart is like me just critiquing where everything is supposed to be. Okay. All right. So first things first, get your horizontal line out. Make it red, and it kind of tells you as far as like what level of strength these horizontal lines have just from you coloring it. I'm saying, so like you could say, oh yeah, oh my God, that's a daily chart support level or resistance level. You know what I'm saying? Compared to you not having any kind of indication of like where did you actually place those support and resistance levels. Okay? So what I'm looking for pretty much is multiple touches of this line right here, as far as like a lot of indecision on like where the market struggled to pass. Okay? So as you can see, like this point right here, the market came down and touched, market came up and touched, market came down and touched, and it struggled like within this area right here clearly. Okay, so you gotta keep that part in mind, and just kind of just keep on going. Okay, multiple areas. All right, so this line struggled right here, came down right here. You can see it touched, came up right here, struggled. So you can mark that off as a resistance level. Okay, another one right there. It touch, 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 touch. Perfect. Okay. And like I tell everybody, like if you do a good markup, you could keep that markup for like about a week and a half or more. Just basically update your analysis as you go pretty much. You don't always have to redo your whole chart every single time. Okay? Like I only cleared off my chart this time just to show you guys on how I actually do this from scratch, from blank. Okay? Alright, again, struggled right here. See right here. And see one more. Yeah, you can put like right there. And call it a day. All right. So from there, go on H4 chart. H4 chart is gonna be what color, guys? Green. The green horizontal line. Okay. Zoom in a bit. Once again, I'm looking for a lot of spikes, a lot of spike tips. 1, 2, 3. Struggle, 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 struggle. Okay. And I try to keep like how far I do them as close to price action as possible, seeing that the market was in a range within this whole area right here, I'll consider that as relevant while I'm doing this whole process right here. Everything has to be relevant. You can't, don't go back and just try to mark off levels from like 6, 8 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Just mark it off as far as like where the current price is relevant. This right here is too far back. This all right here is irrelevant, irrelevant, irrelevant. Down here, the market was in a range. So I mean, like every aspect within this area is relevant to like what I'm doing currently right here, right now, pretty much. Okay, green, perfect. Find all these areas of indecision. And if you see like any kind of big gaps between a support level or resistance level, more than likely there is a level that you're missing within that area right there, because more than likely there aren't supposed to be like huge gaps. I'm saying like the market always struggles in certain areas, and a lot of times there is no like a big gap type thing. So just make sure you're doing everything correctly. So I'm looking for the most amount of indecision areas. Let's say. And to make things even clearer, probably you want to take off your EMA SMAs. Okay. Right there. Okay, so from there, go on the H1 chart. The H1 chart, I'm not gonna really do too much honestly. Let's just switch back to our candlestick chart. And on this chart, like let's start critiquing with the orange. Okay. Okay. Seeing that this right here was based off the H1 chart. Try to touch as much candles, I mean wicks as possible within this area right here. Okay. So as you can see over here, everything was respected. Struggle over there, came back over here, touched, came back over here, touched, then dropped. On this bottom area right here, try once again, try to make it touch as much wicks as possible. So I'll leave it right here, mainly because this right here is a median. But in this area, you can say right here, I don't want to do it all the way down here. I could, but um, I want to keep in mind that this right here is a median of like this was touched the most amount of times by the wicks wise. Okay, and remember this is support and resistance HD, very in depth. Okay, once again, this right here was median. That was the median. Right here was the median. Perfect. So I kind of zoomed in a bit. Try to make it touch all three candles right here, all three wicks, matter of fact. As I scroll over, I'll see that everything was respected perfectly. Okay. All right. And see how like these major areas up here are all red? Those were all done on a daily chart. So when the market gets within that range, um, just be alert. Be very alert. Meaning that like there's a high chance of reversals within those areas inside the market. Okay. Right here, just find a median within this area. Touch as many wicks as possible. Okay, perfect. Scroll over here, scroll over here. Perfect. Remember, this is all just to start off your markups. Very, very important, guys. Just to kind of tell you of like what level of support you see within the market, which is very, very important. Mainly because on the daily chart ones, it's more than likely it's going to reverse compared to like a lower time frame. Okay, so these right here are very, very important. Um, that's about it. If you zoom back out on the 4-hour chart, it seems kind of crazy, but as you zoom into the market, it seems more clear. It's not really as cluttered, and there's no like certain amount that you have to actually have on your chart. Just try to catch all the major points that the market has, as far as all the swings in the market. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is relevant within this range that I drew everything on. Um, and it's not as cluttered as some people might make it seem. Honestly, if it's making you money, then trust me, it's definitely worth it, worth time to actually mark everything off and have everything as accurate as possible. Okay, this right here was a head and shoulder pattern drop. It broke daily support or daily resistance, you could say. Um, and yeah, just perfect, man. Came up perfect. Everything's critiquing. Okay, so this right here is support and resistance HD. You should already know, like after this, you start doing supply and demand zones and start really get in depth with the other things that I taught you guys also. So see you guys on the next video. Hope you guys like this video to get your markups a little better, a little bit more accurate, and catch a lot of bomb ass setups. All right, peace out.